אני רוצה להודות לכל המשפחה והחברים שבאו מקרוב ומרחוק לחגוג אותנו יחד הערב. השתתפותכם מוסיפה, מעשירה ומעמיקה את שמחתנו. אני גם רוצה להתנצל, אבל עקב רצוני לקיים מצוות כבד את אביך ואת אמך, אני עוברת לשפה האנגלית. אני מקווה שאלו ששפת אמם אינו אנגלית יצליחו להבין את עיקר דבריי. Many of you here tonight have also participated in our previous Sfachot, and may remember that in the past, we asked several family members to present to the bar or bat mitzvah symbolic gift. Tonight, I decided with the to do a reversal of that minhag and have the bar simcha present gifts to the senior members of the family. But first, I would like to share with you a few thoughts. While the job of preparing your Kriya and Siyum HaSefer Megillah was put in the hands of your unwavering and ever so dedicated fathers, I was privileged to help you with your Shorashim project, along with the artistic talents of your sister Aviva. Over 2 very long snowy days, we sat for many hours cutting, gluing, writing, and pasting. When your project was finished, you wrote the following. לסיכום, אני הרגשתי שלמדתי ושמעתי הרבה דברים חדשים על המשפחה שלי. שמעתי דברים שהכרתי וגם דברים שלא הכרתי. העבודה מאוד תרם לי ידע על המשפחה שלי. So, I have decided to make this the focus of my message to you. וזכני לגדל בנים ובני בנים, חכמים ונבונים, אוהבי השם יראי אלוקים, אנשי אמת, זרע קודש והשם דבקים, ומאירים את העולם בתורה ובמעשים טובים ובכל מלאכת עבודת הבורא. As you know, this is a tefillah that I say after Hadlakat Nerot for several years now, or at least since it became a popular song. After witnessing your outstanding Kriyat HaTorah, after your many months of practice with Rami, your incredible Hatvadah learning with Daddy, your weekly Chavruta with Moshe Zev, your piano playing with Rivka, your hard work in school with Ralph Chaim, and your endless prayer practice with Dudi, I can truly say that I feel Zachiti. But this prayer is not just a prayer for Banim, but for grandchildren as well. And I'm sure that Bobby and Zadie and Grandma and Grandpa would say, Zachinu. Why, you may say, okay, what is the big deal? You must realize your achievements were not necessarily a given, and you should not be taken for granted, but are part of a larger family context. As you know from your Avodat Shorashim, Zadie's parents were observant, but not so educated Jews who emigrated to America, married, and settled in Brooklyn. While many Jewish parents sent their children off to the free public school program, Moshe Aryeh and Yetta Waxman knew they wanted children Yirei Elokim. So they sent Zadie to learn in Torah V'dat, the predecessor for future Orthodox Jewish day schools. I know that Zadie has shared with you many of his early childhood memories from his yeshiva days. Bobby's parents moved from the Bronx to the countryside of Spring Valley to raise their family. There, in the wilds of Spring Valley, Muncie, there was no yeshiva, but that was no excuse for Harry and Hilda Halbert, and so Bobby's parents founded Yeshiva Spring Valley. Bobby and her sister Sidel were the first graduating class. According to Daddy, Bobby's father was the school's first bus driver and would ride around town gathering up Jewish children so they too could learn to be Anshe Emet. Grandpa was not as fortunate as Bobby and Zadie, and he grew up in a small town of Newport News in the state of Virginia, in a family that was not so particularly Shomer Shabbat or knowledgeable in Torah, and he easily could have just been another assimilated Jew lost to the beauty of Torah, except Hashem sent him a first cousin, Kunjan Benji's father, who said, Bob, we need to leave the South and head north. And so Grandpa and Cousin David moved to New York, where Cousin David first dated Grandma, but decided that Grandpa would make a better match. And from then on, Grandpa has been busy with Ma'asim Tovim. Grandma too had a similar story to Grandpa. She grew up in New Jersey as an only child in a home that was very Jewish, as your Shasta Rabba Sylvia was an active member of Hadassah and Emunah Women, and Grandma sat around making kumzitz feasting with her friends and singing songs in Hebrew. But it was not a home that was dedicated to Avodat HaBoreh. And yet somehow Grandma ended up being a college student in the early years of Stern College at Yeshiva University. And a certain Dr. Lichtenstein was her teacher for English literature. It seems that a certain scholarship to learn at Stern College for Women persuaded her to turn down a place at Radcliffe College, now known as Harvard. Grandma and Grandpa wed and moved to Newton, Massachusetts, sent Aunt Shari and me to Yeshiva Rambam, or Maimonides, founded by the Soloveitchik family. And now Grandma spends her morning, afternoons, and evening ba'olam haTorah, and often drags Grandpa along with her. Aunt Shari and Uncle David spend most of their time working hard so they can fork over exorbitant sums of money for the Jewish education of their cousins, Shoshana, Nava, Ami, and Yerdina, their own personal hishtadlut. So you see here, we do not take anything for granted, and sometimes we need hishtadlut, and sometimes we need to pray chemi. Often the problem is that it's hard to know which way to go. My recommendation to you is to try a book. As you know, through the hishtadlut of Uncle David and Aunt Shifra, chauffeuring Zedi to Aliyah offices in New York and caring for him here in Israel, Zedi was able to make express Aliyah within the time span of just 2 weeks and undergo a revolutionary life-saving heart operation and recuperate just in time to make it to your bar mitzvah.